What's going on, people? How you doing? TK coming at you. I just want to hit you guys with some empowerment points. You know, the economy, the world economy has shifted to the point where you have to focus on assets and not paper money. So if you was to sign up with a company like Karatbars and establish an auto ship where a certain amount of money that you can afford automatically gets converted to gold every single week or every single month, then you're winning because you're building the bank of you in assets. You have a bullion bank that's being built. And that's a passive individual success point that will reward you in the future because those assets are going to go up in value. The more turmoil the market receives, the more gold, silver, and Bitcoin tends to go up in value. So sign up with Karatbars, establish an auto ship. Set it on a credit card and forget it so that your money builds every single week or every single month. Sign up with ISN Coins and do the same thing. Establish physical gold and silver that gets delivered to your house every single month, and set it, forget it. Do the same thing with Swiss Gold Global so that you can have money being built in a Swiss vault that's in the form of gold and silver, and it happens automatically every single month without thinking about it. Now, I just gave you 3 companies that multiplies your money in assets. And guess what? If you set it on auto ship and you forget it, you're building the bullion bank of you in gold and silver. And the companies pay you if you know how to leverage. Which means if you refer other people to do the same damn thing, you get paid 6 figures when you do it in conjunction with all 3 companies. Okay? Now, let's say you're like the average person. The average recruitment is 2.5 people over the lifetime of any network marketing program. Which means that most people can't recruit people into network marketing. They just won't do it. They won't fucking spend money. They won't join. So if you're like that, then so fucking what? If you can't recruit people, so what? The product of the network marketing company is gold and silver. The auto ship that you have set up in all 3 companies actually builds a personal bullion bank, one that you own, manage, and control. So who gives a fuck if other people aren't smart enough to know that real money is in tangible assets? Whether they join you or not, your bank still builds because it's on auto ship. If anything, set up your auto ship and get to the point where you can afford to increase the amount that you're automatically saving so that you're getting more gold and more silver from all 3 companies. You know, if you set up where it's monthly, get to the point where the monthly amount that you auto ship is higher. That's an empowerment point. And that's a suggestion for anybody who wants to survive in the 21st century. And if you really want to take it to the next level, do like I did and establish 7 companies instead of 3, because the other 3 companies that I use are in Bitcoin. So I'm building a Bitcoin bank where the companies pay me in leverage, and it doesn't really fucking matter that I can't recruit or that I haven't been successful in recruiting, because whether or not you empower other people doesn't change the fact that you're empowering yourself. Now, people can't seem to grasp the concept that there's more success in unity, and if you pool your resources into one asset class or asset payment system, then you can generate a lot of money in a short period of time. I gave you an example of a person that recruited now over 2,000 people in over 45 days and has made 100 BTC, which is actually more like 136 BTC at this point, because he never fucking stops. So I'm proving to you through a real life example that somebody pooled resources in Unity, joined in business, and did it through a leverage-based payment program, generated a lot of cash in a short period of time. And the fact that somebody else did it in a system that I use means that you can fucking do it too. All you have to do is make a choice to actively participate, actively convert your paper money into the system, and then actively recruit other people to join you to do the same fucking thing. That's how he made $100,000 in less than 45 days, because he was successful in everything I just said. He was aggressively putting energy into doing what I just mentioned. Now you dismiss it and say, fuck that, you don't know what you're talking about. Whereas he is sitting in a mansion and is making more money than most people make all fucking year, and he did it in 45 days. So the fact that you don't believe that it's true doesn't change the money he made. The fact that you don't think it's possible for you doesn't mean that it didn't happen for him. Now, I'm passionate about empowering people, but people are passionate about failing. People are very passionate about losing because they refuse to do anything successful that creates economic success. And that's something that I'm accustomed to, because over the 3 years that I've been video marketing, I've effectively changed no one's life. And that's poor results. That means that I'm doing something wrong. But the one thing I can say is that my personal empowerment, the bank of me, does grow. So fuck what you heard, think what you want. In terms of my failure or my success, my Bitcoin bank is growing. My bullion bank is growing. And what I try to empower people with is that if you're gonna work a fucking job, make your money work harder than you had to work on your job. So the longer I spend at work, the more fucking money goes into Bitcoin and gold and silver, which means the bank of me is growing whether or not I recruit people or not. You see, I know how to leverage my salary and make it flip money in assets. Because real money is assets. Real money is not that paper promise that devaluates every single day. And if you're not fucking smart enough to know that real money is not paper, that a promissory note in the form of an IOU is born out of debt, and that every fucking dollar is born in negative interest, if you're not smart enough to fucking even accept that when somebody tells you, you deserve to fail. You deserve to be the loser that you are. Because guess what? The longer you stay in paper, the longer you lose. Until you learn how to fucking make money work for you. Until you learn how to actually make assets come back into your house. You're gonna lose. You're never gonna win. And that's a fact. So I don't care that you don't fucking join me. My bank still builds. What I try to do is give people a reason to become their own bank. What I try to do is give you results based on the bank that I've already fucking built. What I try to do is show you examples of other people who are fucking making money in gold, in silver, and guess what? In Bitcoin. And the fact that decentralized assets like gold, silver, and Bitcoin actually accumulate in value the longer you hold them, it means that if you're smart enough to actually get involved with that form of money, then you win just by participation. So instead of buying it retail, what I'm suggesting that you do is you actually buy it through a company that pays you when you refer other people to fucking do the same thing. Now, I make strong points and I use strong words on purpose. I'm trying to make the point that it's smarter to use leverage than it is to use retail. Don't go to fucking Joe Blow shop and buy gold, silver, and Bitcoin retail. Buy it through a leverage-based payment system like Carrot Bars, like ISN Coins, like Swiss Gold Global. And then, like I said, I have 3 other companies that specializes in Bitcoin multiplication. So TCC multiplies my Bitcoin every Monday through Friday. TraderBug multiplies my Bitcoin. And guess what? So does EtherTrade. All 3 companies specialize in multiplying Bitcoin. So when I convert paper money to Bitcoin, then I put it into those 3 different companies. They multiply the Bitcoin and give it back to me in more than what I put in. So the smart thing to do is use dollar cost averaging to constantly add to these platforms every single payday. Focus on the cash flow and increase the amount of deposit because it's like a pump. You have to prime it. And the more Bitcoin you put into these programs, the more you get out. It's an investment return. So if you invest with a higher amount of money, you're going to get a higher fucking return.